Hey, I'm John Crestani, and I'm about to show you an AI affiliate strategy that's so simple most people won't actually believe it works. But in the last 6 months, this exact approach has made me over $1 million and a lot more for my students. The crazy part is that it only takes 20 minutes to set up. It runs completely on autopilot. Today, I'm going to walk you through the entire strategy. I'm going to show you the AI agent I built that you can literally copy, paste, and use it to start seeing results for yourself within the next 48 hours. So let's get into it. Now, the core concept behind this strategy and why it's different from traditional affiliate marketing is the setup process of an AI agent that's going to create content for us. And we're doing a little bit of upfront work so that we have a long tail benefit of content to post and earn money from. Now, getting into the specific setup process, the first thing we do is we pick a niche. Here I am on Amazon, and we can select a different niche, and we can get our affiliate link here. But I prefer using affiliate marketplaces like ClickBank, and we would select a niche here and select an offer and then get our link from ClickBank. Like so, here's me getting a link for my affiliate offer. And when anybody buys through this link, I would get paid, or this affiliate account would get paid. Now, the next part of the setup process is we set up our AI agent. Either you download an AI agent from my training course center. We have lots of prepared agents for various different niches that are popular for people to market, or you can create your own agent, as you've seen what I've done here for, this is in my community, the AI Marketers Club. There's a link down in the description if you want to use it. Now, the next part of this process is we take our AI agent right here and we put it into whatever AI we use. Now, I teach students using ChatGPT because it's, in my opinion, the best text GPT, although you ask 10 marketers what the best AI is, you'll get 10 different opinions, and we let it work through creating content for us. Now, I've taken this process and countless more and broken them down into step-by-step system that anyone can follow to create your own AI agents for marketing, whether you're working at a small business, whether you're creating your own business, or whether you're working for a large company and you just want to automate a lot of the pieces of your job and the work you do for marketing. Now, the exact method for actually generating high converting affiliate content is then we work with the AI agent to create for us content, as you can see from a sped up video of me actually working with my AI in this video here. One thing I also like to do is depending on what niche you're in, is always create a swipe file and look through what other content is working in the niche that you're trying to sell products in. Scroll through YouTubes or Instagrams or blog posts and use that material, tweak your AI agents depending on what material you see working the best. So for instance, here on this Instagram from Motivation Addicts, we'll see that the style is generally a mix of images with a quote, as well as, a couple sentences of copy, right? And they're mixing it up with a quote post and a video post, a quote post and a reel, and that reel has voiceover to it. We'll use our AI agent to schedule out and create content, however, depending on whatever platform we're working on and what content is hitting on that platform. Personally, what I've seen working the absolute best is voice over video and using either complete deep fakes or not realistic characters. So one or the other. Make it totally real or make it totally not real. Now, the reason this works so well is because we follow a certain style of prompting our AI that works extremely well for outputs. We follow the FIR method of prompting, which is facts, instructions, and rules. And as you'll see, we lock in the identity of the AI. So we use things such as facts. We tell the GPT who it is. You are, right? You do this. And then you work for, the marketing director, the marketing department, or the finance department, etc. This works for any type of activity that you are looking to do. Really, AI is going to replace so many jobs out there. If there's any menial or mundane or non-creative, non-exciting work that you do, AI is going to replace it very soon. And that's why being able to understand how to create your own AIs is very important. Either learn how to create AI agents or be replaced by one soon. Then we get down into the instructions. Now, we're very clear in giving it instructions. Again, this isn't train of thought style of prompting where it's like, I want this thing. I've seen so many people prompt, and the people who prompt with train of thought are just complete idiots, in my opinion. There's far better ways of prompting. Do this. And what we try to do is we create human checkpoints. When approved, then do this, right? Proposals, making it propose concepts, etc. And finally, we give it the rules, and we do it in this specific order because it creates superior outputs. But it's not just the prompting format. You have to take time to tweak this, and we teach those skills in my courses now. For instance, emojis are a dead giveaway. I'm sure anybody working with ChatGPT knows that. Proposals first, right? We want our GPT to propose us concepts for the content before it actually creates the content, and then no M dashes, right? So we don't want our content to ever feel or look like AI, because that's a dead giveaway to folks that are savvy. And then finally, we customize our output depending on what sort of company or brand or what you're marketing for. If you work for a company, you're going to want to put your brand information in there. And as you'll see, following the facts, instructions, rules style of prompting, I've created a super prompt here for my own company to market along the lines of what my brand is. I'm even including my color palette in here because I want a consistent theme and color to the content that I'm posting online, as well as giving it additional information about my actual offers and what we do and what's in my programs. How do you get traffic though? How do you get the right audience, right? So traffic means you're getting impressions. People are viewing your content. People are clicking on your links, affiliate links, and hopefully buying the product. Now let's look at some examples to actually see this in action. So here we are looking at Hawaii Pine Anything. This person is an affiliate for Amazon. And what you'll see is this person is putting out content about cleaning products, and then on Instagram, and then they are linking to Amazon, where they are linking to, you can buy cleaning products. So the person's putting out content about cleaning products and linking to cleaning products, right? Very straightforward, very simple. And even there, and they show up very high in keyword searches for this. Here's another example about an affiliate that's working in the woodworking niche. As you can see, this person is giving instructional videos on woodworking, and then they're including affiliate links to different products that they talk about in their content. And if you purchase from any of these links, any of the tools that he uses, then he makes money. He makes a percentage of commission, maybe 2 or 3% from Amazon. And finally, let's look at this third example from somebody who is an affiliate for a lighting company. Now, this is a third type of way that people do affiliate links. In this case, this person is not using an affiliate link. They are using a coupon code. And the coupon code is how this affiliate gets credit, as long as somebody actually uses the coupon code BOSS when they go to one of these sites and check out. So that's what it actually looks like. That's where the actual content and the affiliate link, kind of the rubber meets the road. But how do you get the audience? How do you make sure that if you're selling cleaning products, you show up in front of the right cleaning products? Well, beyond just doing content that's actually about cleaning stuff, what we see with the first example is that they're using hashtags as a way of showing what they want to show up for. We see sponge, we see Mr. Clean, breath of pine, dish soap, etc. Hashtag pine. And this is a keyword they show up very highly for, pine, right? And even their Instagram channel is Pine Anything. So that's what they're going after. They're going after a very small micro niche of pine scented cleaning stuff. And you can literally be that specific on the internet, pine scented cleaning stuff, and make a lot of money because the internet's got a couple billion people on it, and there's a couple people interested in pine scented cleaning stuff. Now if you're an affiliate of one of my products, the hashtags you want to use are the following. The hashtags that work best if you're promoting my course on ClickBank, the AI Marketers Club, or my community, are the following. It's hashtag make money online, hashtag work from home, hashtag passive income, hashtag affiliate marketing, hashtag AI, and hashtag money. Now, these are going to be the money ones because these top three hit the right kind of flavor between being broad and having a large amount of traffic and similar people posting about this content, as well as being niche enough where you're getting folks who are actually interested in becoming a solopreneur, starting their own sort of online business and creating their own online income that brings them in cash. And the second important thing about when you're posting content is you want to make sure that the content you're posting is very congruent with the product that you're marketing. And what we'll see in this example here, in the second link example, is that it's very congruent. He's talking about woodworking tips and tricks. He's showing, then he's linking to those tools in the actual content. He's talking about the tools in the video, and then he's linking to the tools below the video. Very congruent. This is making this guy a lot of money. As you see, 1.6 million views. This video did very well for this guy because he's demonstrating the actual tools that he's using. How do you maximize your commissions though? How do you maximize the effectiveness of your content? Well, what you want to keep an eye on is where are you getting traction? What hashtags or what keywords or what other, are you showing up high on? What other content is recommending your videos or reels? What other associated pages does your audience that's actually watching the content that you post, what are they interacting with? Lean into that. For example, for instance, in our first link example, this lady is showing up very high for hashtag pine. She's not showing up very high at all for dish soap, but because she's showing up very high for pine, she's gaining some authority on that keyword for people, basically for audiences that are interested in pine scented stuff, right? So for her leaning into this edge, I think she's doing a good job. I haven't spent too much time analyzing her, but leaning into this edge of pine rather than dish soap is going to be much better for, that's her edge, and that's where she's going to continue to get the most traction. Now, the easiest way to scale your traffic and scale your earnings and your money without increasing the amount of time you put into things is a very simple, straightforward answer. It's ads. If you have a post or a video with a high conversion rate, let's say you made $500 in sales from 10,000 views of your video or your reel, your TikTok, then you simply just spend a little bit of that money, spend $100 and buy more views to that ad. If that extra $100 that you put towards that post that's already earning you commissions turns into more than $100 in commissions, then you spend more and more and more until you are spending, at certain points in my affiliate career, I was spending as much as $30,000 a day. But the reason I was spending so much on posts that were working was because if I spent $30,000 a day on a post, I was making back $50,000 a day, and that $20,000 profit per day afforded me a pretty nice, some good tables at the club, let's say. Now, I made over $10 million as an affiliate marketer buying views to go to posts that were making me money. And I've been teaching people advertising and how to do this as well for themselves. I've been making up as much as $500,000 a month with advertising, just buying ads to posts that work, that don't even use my face, that don't even use my voice or anything. And living a good life. And if you want to learn more about how you can do advertising and the skills, I actually teach skills. I'm not teaching hacks. This isn't a get rich quick thing. This is actually a skill that takes hard work, time, and effort. It's the AI marketing system. First, you have to join the AI Marketers Club, and then one of the upsells will be my actual advertising course, which is something like $1,000 if you want to learn from me. So does this process make sense? Please comment if you understand the process of creating an AI, finding an affiliate offer, creating an AI agent, using it to post content, and then tweaking it or training it on what's working best, what's getting you the most views, etc. Okay? And if you don't, I'm gonna go through a little marketing exercise just to help you out a little bit more. I call it walking in the customer's shoes. Let's go back to the first examples post and actually see who's engaging with her post so we can try to understand the audience. Let's choose this person, okay? A bean. Now, it's important I find somebody who's interacted with her content with a public profile so that I can see their pictures. And what's also important is that this person doesn't have too many followers. We don't want somebody who's a producer of content. We want somebody who's a consumer of a content, just a normalish person who might represent what the audience might be. Okay, some cute French girl. Right now, scrolling through her profile, I first try to find out what might make this person attracted to pine-scented dish soap, cleaning, or anything related to this affiliate post we saw for the soap. Now, right off the bat, looking through her profile, I'm seeing a few things, right? I'm seeing clean lines in her post content. I'm seeing reflections. I'm seeing geometry. And in this photo, we see what I believe to be where she actually lives out in the suburbs of France. Now, again, we see her common motif of lines and geometry, but an uncommonly clean window is the key feature here, which shows to me that cleanliness and order are likely things that this person values a lot and possibly even takes a personal pride in. So now what we want to do is we want to actually sit here, feel your toes, feel your feet, feel, is there air blowing on your skin? Is there wind? Is there air conditioning and heat? And sit in the shoes of Isa Gutierrez, this 23-year-old French girl from the suburbs of Paris, France, who's a little bit artistic, likes photography, likes cleaning, and probably uses Instagram too much. And imagine in this girl Isa's shoes, coming across, right? You're scrolling on that thing, that shiny blue crystal, and you come across a reel showing this dish soap from the Hawaii Pine Anything, Instagram. Sitting there as a 23-year-old French girl, you stop scrolling and you actually watch the whole content of this reel. You get curious and you click on the link in the bio to see the actual product itself and the reviews of the product on Amazon. And then you purchase the product, right? Imagine that customer journey there. Now, the Instagram content creator, this Hawaii Pine Anything, the girl who posted the video, gets paid a commission by Amazon's affiliate program, which I showed you very early on in this video of us selecting categories. And, there was a link up there, affiliate links that, I could copy. And now here's what the affiliate dashboard looks like. Now, I don't use Amazon much. I actually have no idea where this $1 commission came from. Maybe it was, I've recommended some books and some old videos, but Amazon pays awfully. I don't use their program because it's, their commissions are pathetic and they do attribution horribly and their payout schedule is awful. I mean, when somebody buys, you're waiting at least a month before you actually get the money, which is too long. Right? But comment below if showing the journey and stepping into the customer's shoes and just showing that journey from content to affiliate commissions makes sense now. Let me know if you get it. Type in "get it" in the comments. And if you don't get it, type in, I still don't get it. Right? And if you don't get it, I recommend you watch one of my other videos. Check my channel for, the beginner's guide to affiliate marketing. It's a video I've done that's gotten millions of views, and it kind of lays out the process of setting up and posting a link from Amazon's affiliate program. Now, in order to maximize conversion rates on your content so that it really hits the nail where people are moving from your content to the affiliate site and actually purchasing the product, you'll want to follow what I call the BANT formula, B-A-N-T. So first, you want to find folks that are buyers, okay? That's what B stands for. You want to demonstrate yourself that you are a buyer of the product. This product is being used in your content, similar to how the folks did in example 1, example 2. A stands for authority. You want to demonstrate that you or your channel or whatever has the authority to talk about and recommend the product you are recommending people buy. Now, by using the tools or by joining the AI Marketers Club and then showing folks, some of our AI agents, for instance, on the inside, and showing folks how easy it is to create content for various niches, whatever it is that you're marketing with the AI agents you get inside AI Marketers Club, or, demonstrating, any parts of the marketing that you're doing, that will help give you the authority to actually talk about whatever product you're recommending. If I was recommending people get an iPhone, right, you'd want to see me holding up an iPhone and use. So N stands for need. And in this example, from example number 2, the woodworker, we can see that by him showing step-by-step how to actually use some of these very complex tools, he's actually creating a need for people to get this same exact tool, because many folks are lazy. Once they've found a video that shows them how to do what they want to do with a certain tool, they don't want to learn a different tool because they already have a video showing them exactly how to create the thing they want to create. And finally, the final letter of the BANT formula is timeline. Now, any way you can add urgency, which means a small time window to buy the product, or you can add scarcity, okay? The scarcity means you demonstrate that there's a limited number of the actual item available, or a limited time window for them to buy it at. It's just going to increase the amount of conversions you get, because if folks think that they can just come back next day, next week, next month, next year, next lifetime to actually just go online and buy the product, the likelihood of them purchasing it is much smaller than if they feel some sort of sense of, I gotta get it now. Now, in order to properly track performance on the social platforms you're engaging on, the most important metric and the most easily tracked, for most folks here, there's complex softwares you can spend thousands of dollars a month on, but let's forget those. My family's from the Midwest, I'm cheap, right? So is just simply look at engagement. And on Instagram, you want to go to Dashboard, Insights, and then select Content. And you're going to want to do this on an actual desktop computer, because if you're not using a desktop computer, you're frankly an amateur. You should leave this channel. You should be watching my content and practicing this stuff on a desktop computer or a laptop computer if you are actually a serious internet nerd. But here you can see in my Instagram, I'm looking at some of the last posts I did, and here you can see that one post did more than 5 of my other posts combined, right? That's the power of content. So it's exponential, and you want to focus on what's getting the most content and keep leaning into that. And if you keep leaning into an exponential curve, you're going to make a lot of money. If you're just throwing stuff at the wall and not tracking anything and just kind of guessing, you're never going to get anywhere online. This is basic math, folks. This is 2nd grade math. Just learn it. But here you can see on this particular post with 125 engagements, this is a day in the lifestyle image carousel with a strong lifestyle angle. There's no text on screen here, and the focus is on good photography. And that's a little distinct from some of these other posts that I have where, in one case it's an image carousel, but I'm telling a story. In another case, it's a video with an image carousel and a story. In another case, it's just a happy Father's Day. So I'd really want to, if I was focused on Instagram as my main channel, right, which I'm not, I just kind of post on Instagram, for just fun to experiment around, really, keep my marketing skills sharp. I would lean into lifestyle image carousels with no text on the image, right? And kind of like a swaggy kind of description, right? That's what's working. This got more, this just hits way better. Now, what's unique here is that it's not an advice giving video. I'm known on YouTube purely for, I don't show lifestyle content here on YouTube. I have a couple old videos that do, but nobody watches that, and most of my audience knows me from TV, number one, and YouTube, number two, for giving advice on affiliate marketing and AI marketing and just generally in marketing. So why wouldn't my advice giving videos on Instagram do better if my audience knows me for that, right? It kind of goes against what might seem obvious, or maybe it does seem obvious to you. I'm not sure. But the reality is we always need to be testing out content, constantly putting out content, and then looking at the data and reflecting on it. The reflection process and the data analysis process is the biggest place where I see people just not doing anything. And that's the reason why I see most people fail, because they focus on what I call the lottery winner. They have the lottery winner, mentality where they believe that they're going to use an AI, post some content and sit back and the money's just going to wash over their face. And, they're going to be swimming in, babes and Lamborghinis and yachts and private jets. Right? But the reality is, the way you get to that point where you get all this money and these nice things is from the actual data analysis process for any marketer. There's no winning the lottery in business. I'm sorry to burst everyone's bubble. It takes work, but to be able to work for yourself on your own schedule and make an obscene amount of money that does not correlate to a hourly wage or salary is absolutely worth it. Now on YouTube, which I have a lot more data on, the way I do my data analysis is I actually just I go into the YouTube studio, I go to the analytics, and then I go to advanced mode right here. And I look at a content breakdown for the last 28 days. And what I want to see is in the last 28 days, what content are people watching the most of me? So for years, it's been this one video up at top, how to start affiliate marketing for beginners, which I highly encourage you watch if you're looking to see that process of posting an Amazon link, right? But you'll see the general, kind of analyzing this. I'm seeing it's about affiliate marketing, ads, AI. There's a random quitting your job video here, which talks about how, way back when, how I decided to quit my job and, how I did so gracefully. In fact, I ended up getting a funny story about that. I ended up getting paid for the next 6 months. My salary at the time was $6,000 a month working corporate. And I got my salary for another 6 months because the way I quit my job was, let's just say, you watch the video. Now, folks, I've posted content on a lot of other subjects than just AI, affiliate, and advertising. I've talked about book recommendations. I have about 100 videos with motivational advice and tips and tricks and all this sort of stuff, body language, TV, etc. But those don't hit. So I need to focus. The way I use this data is I focus my videos on the content that is working. I always make sure to tie in, even if I'm talking about science fiction. If I were to talk about science fiction books again, which I absolutely love and I read every day, I'm reading like 50 pages a day, is I would somehow have to tie it into marketing or advertising or something along those lines. Now, here's a second way I analyze data. Instead of looking at all, what are my top videos, I just look at my most recently posted videos or my most recently posted content, right? I looked at all-time content before, for the last 28 days. And that now I'm just looking at the last couple, 12 videos that I posted. And here you'll see in the green, this content is popping off. And you'll see in the red, this content is not popping off. We have 2,000 views, We have 1,000 views. What similarities do you see between the green and what similarities do you see with the red? What differences do you see? Well, the first most obvious difference, correlation here, is both of the green videos feature screenshots with numbers in them, whereas both of the red videos don't. Based on this, I would draw, and I think it's a safe conclusion to draw, and this is part of the scientific process of marketing that I teach in my advertising courses, is making hypotheses. And the hypotheses I would draw is that screenshots work better, right? We don't know. That it's not something we can definitively determine. Maybe the content was good. Maybe the headline was better. Who knows? Maybe it was just posted at a good time. Maybe the hashtags were better. There's so many factors in marketing. Communication, you never will know anything for certain, but I think it's a good guess. And if I was to come out with future videos, right, I would put a screenshot with money on the actual thumbnail to make it pop off better for the YouTube algorithm. Now, the way to scale the system from zero to thousands of dollars a month is all about consistency and focus. Consistency is highly favored by all social media algorithms and by just people and communication in general. Nobody likes inconsistent, flaky people. Focus comes from posting on niche topics. Like we said, pine-scented cleaning materials. That's a great little niche to focus on. Other niches could be woodworking, piano playing, and, putting those keywords or hashtags in the title of your video, keeping that theme very consistent in your content to start building an audience, right? Everything starts from zero, but allowing yourself at least a 90-day window to make things happen and post on a schedule. If you can't commit to 90 days, then don't do it, would be my advice. If you are committed to starting an online income and posting and keeping consistent for 90 days, then type in committed in the chat below. I'm really excited. Just typing and posting something out there to the world is one of the first ways of actually locking yourself in and making a commitment to yourself, right? By putting it out public. Now, the beauty of this method is that once you've posted content on the internet, it lives there forever. And as you can see from the previous YouTube data, a video that I literally posted 6 years ago, that video where I'm showing folks how to promote things on Amazon that got 2.5 million views, has earned me $82,000. And the majority of the income actually came after the first year. Okay, and you'll see even 3 years in, it started actually going on an accelerated uptrend with views. Amazing, right? So 6 years after the fact, I'm still making hundreds of dollars a month from one video I posted on YouTube. Amazing, incredible. And that's not to say, this is just the earnings I made from this video, which 90% of this came from a year after I posted it, right? Over a year after I posted most of this earnings. And that's not even to talk about the affiliate commissions that I've earned from the links in the posts in the description on that video. So, I'd calculate at least a couple times more, 3 or 4 times more. So this video has earned me hundreds of thousands of dollars years after it's actually been posted. And that's the beauty of content on the internet. Now, the best reinvestment strategy here is simply it's Mr. Beast's advice, which was just keep uploading. As you're getting data, as you're learning about an audience, as you're creating an audience, as you're learning about an audience, as you creating audience of people buying, whether it's pine soap or woodworking tools and stuff like that, it's just spending time to keep uploading content and keep caring ultimately about your audience, learning about them, etc. Now, of course, there's lots of people who don't care about their audience and just treat creating content online as some way of creating a commission machine. But I come from the approach that it's just better to care about what you do in life. I believe that if you don't care about what you do or what you're selling, then ultimately you're never going to be consistent. You're never going to be focused. Folks, knowing the strategy is the first step, right? To actually implement this and start making money, you need the specific tools. such as ChatGPT and Midjourney, which is what I've been using. You need templates like some of these AI agents, or create your own AI agent or join AI Marketers Club to get AI agents from us, and automation setups if you're doing something a bit more complex. This is why I've put together a completely done-for-you system that includes everything you just saw, plus my AI prompts, my tracking spreadsheets, and my step-by-step implementation guides to help people actually get started working with AI to make money. If you want to copy my strategy and start generating affiliate commissions within the next week, click the link in the description and get instant access to the system. And also, if you like the video, guys, give a thumbs up and please subscribe, because I do, webinars. I'm trying to do weekly, but I'm not sure how often I'm going to be. I've been a little bit inconsistent on my live streams. But if you actually want to interact live and be a part of that community, right, you have to click that little bell icon, enable all notification, and you'll get notified when I'm sporadically live, but working on being more consistent with live streams. Love you all. See you in the next video. Peace.